Hello friends, Namaste. Welcome you all to a wonderful session from Pyramid Music Meditation Academy, Cosmic Echoes. So this is a very unique program. Every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, on the platform of online live music meditation from different musicians for meditation purpose, and followed by talk on significance of music meditation. So this is a theme of this program, which is organized by Pyramid Music Meditation Academy, which was created and established by Patriji, the founder of PSSM, Pyramid Spiritual Societies Movement. So the objective of PMMA, Pyramid Music Meditation Academy, is that to establish everywhere music meditation, especially live music meditation across the world. And all the musicians should learn meditation, and all the meditators should learn music, and creating many musics for meditation and conducting music festivals everywhere to increase the vibration of this planet Earth. So this is one of the major objectives of PMMA. So my dear friends, thank you all for joining this early morning live music meditation. And I would like to introduce Lakshmi Srinivasji. She will take us into deep meditation with her Carnatic vocal today. Namaste, ma'am. Yes. Yeah, can you please unmute yourself? Yes. So, my dear friends, let us sit in a meditation now. For any beginners for meditation, we'll take the procedure of meditation. Sit comfortably, clasp your fingers, cross your feet, close your eyes and observe your breath. When you are sitting on a floor, you can sit in a comfortable posture. When you are sitting on a chair, cross your feet. If anybody has specs, please remove specs. Close your eyes and observe your breath. For the next 50 minutes, we'll be in meditation with another dhyana. So yes, ma'am, can start.
I would like to. I would like to start this meditation, music meditation, with a Ganesha, which is written by Sri Shankaracharya. Maanandamaadvaitapurnam अजं निर्विकल्पं निराकारमेकम् अजं निर्विकल्पं निराकारमेकं निरानन्दमानन्दमद्वैतपूर्णम् निरानन्दमानन्दमद्वैतपूर्णम् परं निर्गुणं निर्विशेषं निरीहं परं निर्गुणं निर्विशेषं निरीहं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम गुणातीतमानं चिदानन्दरूपं गुणातीतमानं चिदानन्दरूपं चिदाभासकं सर्वगं ज्ञानगम्यं चिदाभासकं सर्वगं ज्ञानगम्यं मुनिध्येयमाकाशरूपं परेशं मुनिध्येयमाकाशरूपं परेशं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम जगत्कारणं कारणज्ञानरूपं जगत्कारणं कारणज्ञानरूपं सुरादिं सुखादिं गुणेशं गणेशं सुराधिं सुखादिं गुणेशं गणेशं जगद्व्यापिनं विश्ववन्द्यं सुरेशं जगद्व्यापिनं विश्ववन्द्यं सुरेशं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम अजं निर्विकल्पं निराकारमेकम् अजं निर्विकल्पं पूर्णं परं निर्गुणं निर्विशेषं निरीहं परं निर्गुणं निर्विशेषं निरीहं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम गणेशं भजेम गणेशं भजेम. गुरु कृपा जन पायो मेरे भाई, गुरु कृपा जन पायो मेरे भाई, राम बिना कछु जानत नाही, गुरु कृपा जन पायो मेरे भाई. अंदर राम ही बाहर राम ही, अंदर राम ही बाहर राम ही, जहाँ देखे वहाँ राम ही राम, अंदर राम ही बाहर राम ही, जहाँ देखे वहाँ राम ही राम, गुरु कृपा जन पायो मेरे भाई. जागत राम ही सोवत राम ही, जागत राम ही सोवत राम ही, सपने में देखे राजा राम, जागत राम ही सोवत राम ही, सपने में देखे राजा राम, कहत कबीरा अनुभव ने का, कहत कबीरा अनुभव ने का, जित देखे उत राम सरी का, गुरु कृपा जन पायो मेरे भाई.
Just be with your breath.
न स्तोत्रवागैवे श्री शारदाम्बेयनु नास्तोत्रवागैवे श्रीशारदाम्बेयनु नास्तोत्रवागैवे श्रीशारदाम्बेयनु ದಾಸಾನು ದಾಸರಿಗೆ ಶ್ರೀಯಡಿಸಿ ಪೊರೆಯೆಂದು ದಾಸಾನು ದಾಸರಿಗೆ ಶ್ರೀಯಡಿಸಿ ಪೊರೆಯೆಂದು ನಾ ಸ್ತೋತ್ರವಾಗೈವೆ ಶ್ರೀ ಶಾರದಾಂಬೆಯನು ದಾಸಾನು ದಾಸರಿಗೆ ಶ್ರೀಯನಿಸಿ ಪೊರೆಯೆಂದು ನಾ ಸ್ತೋತ್ರವಾಗೈವೆ. ಕರದಲ್ಲಿ ವೀಣೆಯನು ಧರಿಸುತ್ತ ಧ್ವನಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಕರದಲ್ಲಿ ವೀಣೆಯನು ಧರಿಸುತ್ತ ಧ್ವನಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಅರಿವೆಂಬ ಅಮೃತವನು ಸುರನರರಿಗೀಯುವಳೆ ಅರಿವೆಂಬ ಅಮೃತವನು ಸುರನರರಿಗುವಳೆ ನಾ ಸ್ತೋತ್ರವಾಗೈವೆ. ಚರಣಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನಮಿಪೆ ಸರಸ್ವತಿಯೇ ಗೀರ್ವಾಣಿ ಚರಣಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನಮಿಪೆ ಸರಸ್ವತಿಯೇ ಗೀರ್ವಾಣಿ ಹರಿಸಮ್ಮ ದುಃಖಗಳ ಪೊರೆಯೆಂದು ಬೇಡುತ್ತ ಹರಿಸಮ್ಮ ದುಃಖಗಳ ಪೊರೆಯೆಂದು ಬೇಡುತ್ತ ನಾ ಸ್ತೋತ್ರವಾಗೈವೆ ಶ್ರೀ ಶಾರದಾಂಬೆಯನು ದಾಸಾನು ದಾಸರಿಗೆ ಶ್ರೀಯನಿಸಿ ಪೊರೆಯೆಂದು ನಾ ಸ್ತೋತ್ರವಾಗೈವೆ ನಾ ಸ್ತೋತ್ರವಾಗೈವೆ ನಾ ಸ್ತೋತ್ರವಾಗೈವೆ. ನೀಡು ಶಿವ ನೀಡದಿರೋ ಶಿವ ಬಾಗುವುದು ಎನ್ನ ಕಾಯ ನೀಡು ಶಿವ ನೀಡದಿರೋ ಶಿವ ಬಾಗುವುದು ಎನ್ನ ಕಾಯ ನೀಡು ಶಿವ ನೀಡದಿರೋ ಶಿವ ಬಾಗುವುದು ಎನ್ನ ಕಾಯ ನಾನೇಕೆ ಅಂಜಲಿ ನೀ ನನ್ನ ಅಂಬಲಿ ನಾನೇಕೆ ಅಂಜಲಿ ನೀ ನನ್ನ ಅಂಬಲಿ ನೀಡು ಶಿವ ನೀಡದಿರು ಶಿವ ಬಾಗುವುದು ಎನ್ನ ಕಾಯ ಬಾಗುವುದು ಎನ್ನ ಕಾಯ ಶೃಂಗಾರ ಕೃತಕ ಬಂಗಾರ ಕ್ಷಣಿಕ ಬಾಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬಡಿವಾರವೇಕೆ ಶೃಂಗಾರ ಕೃತಕ ಬಂಗಾರ ಕ್ಷಣಿಕ ಬಾಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬಡಿವಾರವೇಕೆ ನೀನಿತ್ತ ಕಾಯ ಆ ಆ ನೀನಿತ್ತ ಕಾಯ ನಿನ ಕೈಲಿ ಮಾಯ ನೀನಿತ್ತ ಕಾಯ ನಿನ ಕೈಲಿ ಮಾಯ ಆಗೋದು ಹೋಗೋದು ನಾ ಕಾಣೆ ಆಗೋದು ಹೋಗೋದು ನಾ ಕಾಣೆ ನೀಡು ಶಿವ ನೀಡದಿರು ಶಿವ ಬಾಗುವುದು ಎನ್ನ ಕಾಯ ಮಾಳಿಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಮರದಡಿಯೇ ಇಟ್ಟರು ನಾನಂತೂ ನಿನ್ನನ್ನಲಾರೆ ಮಾಳಿಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಮರದಡಿಯೇ ಇಟ್ಟರು ನಾನಂತೂ ನಿನ್ನನ್ನಲಾರೆ ಸಾರಂಗ ಮನಕೆ ಆ ಆ ಸಾರಂಗ ಮನಕೆ ನೂರಾರು ಬಯಕೆ ಸಾರಂಗ ಮನಕೆ ನೂರಾರು ಬಯಕೆ ಮುಂದಿಟ್ಟು ಉಣಿಸೋದು ನಾ ಕಾಣೆ ನೀಡು ಶಿವ ನೀಡದಿರು ಶಿವ ಬಾಗುವುದು ಎನ್ನ ಕಾಯ ನಾನೇಕೆ ಅಂಜಲಿ ನೀ ಎನ್ನ ಅಂಬಲಿ ನಾನೇಕೆ ಅಂಜಲಿ ನೀ ಎನ್ನ ಅಂಬಲಿ ನೀಡು ಶಿವ ನೀಡದಿರು ಶಿವ ಬಾಗುವುದು ಎನ್ನ ಕಾಯ ಬಾಗುವುದು ಎನ್ನ ಕಾಯ ಬಾಗುವುದು ಎನ್ನ ಕಾಯ ಆ ಬಾಗುವುದು ಎನ್ನ ಕಾಯ మేలుకోవయ్యా రామా మేలుకోవయ్యా మేలుకో రామా మేలైన సీతా సమేతన భాగ్యమా మేలుకోవయ్యా మేలుకో రామా రామా నారదాదులు నిన్ను ఊరిని మహిమాల వారిగా వాడుతున్నారిప్పుడు తెల్ల పారగా వచ్చినది శ్రీరామ నవనీత పారగా వచ్చినది శ్రీరామ నవనీత క్షీరములు బాగుగా నారగింపనువేగ క్షీరములు బాగుగా నారగింపనువేగ మేలుకోవయ్యా మేలుకో రామా రామా రాజరాజేశ్వర రాజముఖ సాకేత రాజసద్గుణత్యాగ రాజనుత వరణ రాజరాజేశ్వర భరాజముఖ సాకేత రాజసద్గుణత్యాగ రాజనుత చరణ రాజన్య విబుధ గణరాజతులలెల్ల నీను రాజన్య విబుధ గణరాజతులెల్ల నీను పూజింపగాంచిన జగము పాలింపరా మేలుకోవయ్యా మేలుకో రామా మేలైన సీతా సమేతన భాగ్యమా మేలుకోవయ్యా మేలుకో రామా Rama 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 Narayana te namo namo Narayana te namo namo Bhava Narada Sanuta namo namo Narayana te namo namo Murahara Bhavahara Mukunda Madhava Murahara Bhavahara Mukunda Madhava Garuda Gamana Pankajanabha Murahara Bhavahara Mukunda Madhava गरुडगमन पङ्कजनाभा परमपुरुष भवबन्धविमोचन परमपुरुष भवबन्धविमोचन नरमृग शरीर नमो 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 नरमृग शरीर नमो नमो नारायण ते नमो नमो जलधिशयन रविचन्द्रविलोचन जलरुह भवनुत चरणयुगा जलधिशयन रविचन्द्रविलोचन जलरुह भवनुत चरणयुगा बलिबन्धना गोप वधूवल्लभा आ आ बलिवन्धना गोप वधूवल्लभ नलिनोदरते नमो 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 नलिनोदरते नमो नमो नारायण ते नमो नमो आदिदेव सकलागम पूजित यादव कुल मोहन रूपा आदिदेव सकलागम पूजित यादव कुल मोहन रूपा वेदोधर श्री वेंकटनायक आ, आ, वेदोधर श्री वेंकटनायक नाद प्रियते नमो 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 नाद प्रियते नमो नमो नारायण ते नमो नमो भव नारद सल्लुत नमो नमो नारायण ते नारायण ते नारायण ते नमो नमो ओ
Let us continue our meditation another 15 minutes. Just be with your breath, my dear friends. Let us be in Nada Dhyana now. Last 15 minutes.
मंगलकर मंत्रालय वासं मंगलकर मंत्रालय वासं शृंगारानन राजित हासं राघवेन्द्र गुरुराजं भजामना राघवेन्द्र गुरुराजं भजामना तुङ्गातीरविराजं भजामना तुङ्गातीरविराजं भजामना तुङ्गातीरविराजम् मंगलकर मंत्रालय वासं मंगलकर मंत्रालय वासं शृंगारानन राजितहासं राघवेन्द्र गुरुराजं भजामना राघवेन्द्र गुरुराजं भजमना तुङ्गातीरविराजम् करधृतदण्ड कमण्डलुबाहुं
कमण्डलमालम् करधृतदण्ड कमण्डलमालम् सुरुचिरचेला धृतमणिमाला सुरुचिरचेला धृतमणिमाला राघवेन्द्र गुरुराजो भजमनः राघवेन्द्र गुरुराजं भजमन तुंगा तीरविराजम् निरुपमसुन्दर कायशु सुशीलम् निरुपमसुन्दर काय सुशीलम् वरकमलेशार्पित निज सकलम् वरकमलेशार्पित निज सकलम् राघवेन्द्र गुरुराजं भजमनः राघवेन्द्र गुरुराजं भजमनः तुंगा तीरविराजं भजमनः तुंगा तीरविराजम् जो जो श्री कृष्ण परमानंद जो जो गोपिय कंद मुकुंद जो 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 श्री कृष्ण परमानंद जो जो गोपिय कंद मुकुंद जो ಪಾಲ ಕಡಲವಳು ಪವಡಿಸಿದವನೇ ಆಲದೆಲೆಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಲಗಿದ ಶಿಶುವೇ ಪಾಲ ಕಡಲವಳು ಪವಡಿಸಿದವನೇ ಆಲದೆಲೆಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಲಗಿದ ಶಿಶುವೇ ಶ್ರೀಲತಾಂಗಿಯರ ಚಿತ್ತದೊಲ್ಲಭನೇ ಶ್ರೀಲತಾಂಗಿಯರ ಚಿತ್ತದೊಲ್ಲಭನೇ ಬಾಲ ನಿನ್ನನು ಪಾಡಿ ತೂಗುವೆನಯ್ಯ ಬಾಲ ನಿನ್ನನು ಪಾಡಿ ತೂಗುವೆನಯ್ಯ ಜೋ ಗರುಡ ವಾಹನ ಅನಂತ ಮಹಿಮಾ ಪುಂಡರೀಕಾಕ್ಷ ಶ್ರೀ ಪರಮ ಪಾವನ गरुडावाहना अनन्तमहिमा पुण्डरीकाक्ष श्री परमपावना हिन्दू दैवत गन्ध उद्दण्डने हिन्दू दैवद गण्ड उद्दण्डने पाण्डुरङ्ग श्री पुरन्दर विठला पाण्डुरङ्ग श्री पुरन्दर विठला जो 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 श्री कृष्ण परमानंद जो जो गोपीय कंद मुकुंद जो जो जो
Last 5 minutes. Just be with your breath, my dear friends. Final 5 minutes.
देवी कात्यायिनी त्रिभुवन जननी देवी कात्यायिनी त्रिभुवन जननी परमेश्वरि भुवनेश्वरि हे जगज्जननी परमेश्वरि भुवनेश्वरि हे जगज्जननी देवी कात्यायिनी त्रिभुवन जननी जगन्मोहिनी अभयङ्करि अन्नपूर्णेश्वरी चिद्रूपिणि भवानी चामुण्डेश्वरी जगन्मोहिनी अभयङ्करि अन्नपूर्णेश्वरी चिद्रूपिणि भवानी श्री शिवशङ्करी श्रीगौरी पार्वती चामुण्डेश्वरी श्रीगौरी पार्वती चामुण्डेश्वरी श्रीललिते दुर्गा माते राजराजेश्वरी श्रीललिते दुर्गा माते राजराजेश्वरी देवी कात्यायिनी त्रिभुवन जननी इष्टार्थप्रदायिनि कामाक्षी श्रीवल्लभे जगन्माते मीनाक्षी इष्टार्थप्रदायिनि कामाक्षी श्रीवल्लभे जगन्माते मीनाक्षी करुणामूर्तिताये मूकाम्बिके गायत्री विशालाक्षि हे जगदम्बिके गायत्री विशालाक्षि हे जगदम्बिके देवी कात्यायिनी त्रिभुवन जननी परमेश्वरि भुवनेश्वरि हे जगज्जननी देवी कात्यायिनी त्रिभुवन जननी त्रिभुवन जननी त्रिभुवन जननी त्रिभुवन जननी कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि श्रीमन्नारायणायेति समर्पयामि अच्युतानन्त गोविन्द अच्युतानन्त गोविन्द अच्युतानन्त गोविन्देभ्यो नमः पुण्डरीकाक्ष पुरुषोत्तमा Shri Krishna.
Okay, masters, please place your both palms on your eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Slowly remove your hands and slowly open your eyes. Give a big clap for meditation and especially Lakshmi Srinivas ma'am. So from the past 1 hour, we are completely in Nada Dhyana with a Carnatic vocal music from Lakshmi ma'am. And she has done a MA in music and she's the founder of Ragashri Music School in Bangalore. And she taught many students on this school to in large scale on Carnatic vocal music, and she also collaborated with a renowned singer Sri Shashidhar Koteji, various programs in Bangalore and other places, and she's a featured artist and performed many programs on DD Chandana channel and in All India Radio. And she got many titles, Aryavaisha Kogile, Florida Kogile, and Nada Saraswati, and many more. And she has performed in various stages and appreciated by many. So we are very honored to have you here, ma'am, and especially your Carnatic vocal music has been taken everyone into deep state of meditation. And thank you very much, ma'am. A few words from you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity.
So we request all your students along with the music. So please introduce meditation to them to enhance their nada. So that's the core message of Pyramid Music Meditation Academy.
Yeah.
Please visit Pyramid Valley whenever you
Sure.
need.
Sure, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very
How
much.
many people were there in the meditation today?
There's more than 30 people.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes. So anybody, would you like to say a few words on this music meditation? Geeta ma'am and sir.
Namaste, Master.
Yes.
Thanks for Lakshmi ma'am. Her voice is very melodious. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Morning, not fully opened voice. It's like still warm up has to be done. Early morning, no? So not completely like slight this thing was there. It's comfort.
Meditation.
Yeah.
Very nice meditation and really nice. I think if I have understood different gods and even Kabir also, it was very
Yeah.
nice. And we don't know how the time has passed. We started and we finished it. So it's yeah. Thanks, madam. Very nice.
That's how I chose like all the God songs and Sanskrit, Hindi, mix, Telugu, Kannada. It was like
Yeah.
mix of all languages. So many people will be there from different languages, different states, I thought.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Master, today I did not find any differentiation of the language because language was the music. So it was so nice. And the language barrier is you have broken. It is only the music, and it was
Nada.
enjoyed. We enjoyed it with meditation and your music. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, ma'am, to conclude with the open eyes, everybody, can you sing Bhagyada Lakshmi?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. I'll sing. ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮನಿ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆಯ ಮೇಲೊಂದ್ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆಯ ನಿಕ್ಕುತ ಗೆಜ್ಜೆ ಕಾಲ್ಗಳ ಧ್ವನಿಯ ತೋರುತ ಸಜ್ಜನ ಸಾಧು ಪೂಜೆಯ ವೇಳೆಗೆ ಮಜ್ಜಿಗೆಯೊಳಗಿನ ಬೆಣ್ಣೆಯಂತೆ ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ಕನಕ ವೃಷ್ಟಿಯ ಕರೆಯುತ್ತ ಬಾರೆ ಮನಕಾಮನೆಯ ಸಿದ್ಧಿಯ ತೋರೆ ದಿನಕರ ಕೋಟಿ ತೇಜದಿ ಹೊಳೆಯುತ್ತ ಜನಕರಾಯನ ಕುಮಾರಿ ಬೇಗ ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಯಿಲ್ಲದ ಭಾಗ್ಯವ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಕಂಕಣ ಕೈಯ ತಿರುವುತ ಬಾರೆ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಯಿಲ್ಲದ ಭಾಗ್ಯವ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಕಂಕಣ ಕೈಯ ತಿರುವುತ ಬಾರೆ ಕುಂಕುಮಾಂಕಿತೆ ಪಂಕಜ ಲೋಚನೆ ವೆಂಕಟರಮಣನ ಬಿಂಕದ ರಾಣಿ ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ಅತ್ತಿತ್ತಗಲದೆ ಭಕ್ತರ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿತ್ಯ ಮಹೋತ್ಸವ ನಿತ್ಯ ಸುಮಂಗಳ್ ಸತ್ಯವ ತೋರುತ ಸಾಧು ಸಜ್ಜನರ ಚಿತ್ತದಿ ಹೊಳೆಯುವ ಪುತ್ಥಳಿ ಗೊಂಬೆ ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ
ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ತುಪ್ಪ ಕಾಲುವೆ ಹರಿಸಿ ಶುಕ್ರವಾರದ ಪೂಜೆಯ ವೇಳೆಗೆ ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ತುಪ್ಪದ ಕಾಲುವೆ ಹರಿಸಿ ಶುಕ್ರವಾರದ ಪೂಜೆಯ ವೇಳೆಗೆ ಅಕ್ಕರೆಯುಳ್ಳ ಅಳಗಿರಿ ರಂಗನ ಚೊಕ್ಕ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲನ ರಾಣಿ ವಿಠಲನ ರಾಣಿ ವಿಠಲನ ರಾಣಿ ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮನಿ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Welcome.
Yes. So, Dhanaji, would you like to say something on this Nada Dhyana?
Definitely. So I always enjoy the music in meditation. So thank you so much, Lakshmi ma'am. Actually, I'm in a stressful environment of my job. సో ఈరోజు నేను చాలా బాగా రిలాక్స్ అయ్యాను. ఎక్సలెంట్గా ఉంది అసలు. దెర్ ఇస్ నో టైమ్. సో చాలా అలర్ట్ ఇంకా పెరిగింది అనమాట. యాజ్ టు సెయింగ్ వీఆర్ ఫీలింగ్ ఇట్ ఫుల్లీ. సో ఎంత బాగుంది అసలు. ఇట్స్ నాట్ జస్ట్ అబ్జర్వింగ్ ద బ్రెత్, వీఆర్ ఆల్సో ఫీలింగ్ అలాంగ్ విత్ యువర్ వాయిస్. సో ఎక్సలెంట్. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో
Thank you.
మచ్.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am. And my dear friends, is every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we'll have a live music meditation on the cosmic echoes, followed by a talk on the science of music and meditation. And today, to continue the session, so the next segment is the talk on music and meditation, the significance of music and meditation. And I request our master Rohit ji, please on your video. Yes, sir. Yeah. So it's a different topic today. It's completely what is the science behind the music and meditation, and how to make our stillness through the raga. So scientifically it will be explained how completely the mind waves will get into the stillness. So how to reach to the alpha state, and scientifically our master Rohit ji will take us into the scientific journey of Nada Dhyana. And welcome you, sir, for this.
Namaste, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for giving an opportunity to speak with all of you people. And it was a very wonderful, melodious session which we had by Ms. Lakshmi Srinivas, madam. So I think we will try to take up with the same tempo. I will hope that it would be taken up. So yeah, I'll take up. Hope my screen is visible.
Yes, yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. Thank you. A very pleasant morning to one and all. I'm Rohit, working as an assistant professor in Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering at SJC Mysuru. Thank you for being here, and most importantly, thank you for offering your attention. That is one of the most valuable signal any human system can basically try to generate. Today, I'm trying to invite you on a journey. So, that particular journey that starts in an ancient meditation tradition, and this will end in a modern engineering laboratories. The journey is where we try to discover something counterintuitive, I can tell you. where stillness is not an empty, but the stillness is a full of signals. Now, just for 15 to 20 seconds or 5 to 10 seconds is more than sufficient. If I can request with all the participants, just try to close your eyes and try to notice the sound around you. We'll have a try to have a session which is a interactive session as such. Try to close your eyes and try to notice the sound which is around you, and also try to notice the silence which is there beneath into it. Thank you. Now, why the stillness feels very much difficulty today in our present day scenario? It's only because of the constant stimulation what has been happening inside our human body. And also, if I can tell you, the cognitive overload what is our brain taking up every day, every moment of the time. No ideal time at all for our brains. Am I correct? The stillness is something like it is becoming as a very high quality signals, I can tell you. But this noise is totally an unnecessary mental activity, what has actually been happening. So let me take you people to the paradox of the stillness first. Let me begin with a simple question to you all. What does it mean to be a still? Okay, so let's assume like I have a lake. So that's a placid lake, which I can tell you. We assume like this lake is very calm, very still, which is being there. The surface of this level of the lake seems to be very calm, which is hiding all the complex movement of the water, which is actually beneath to it. But if you try to zoom it and see the molecules over there, they are so vibrant and they are basically trying to constantly vibrate to each other, which is not so much visible to our human eyes as such. Let me take you to one more example. When we try to take a nap, we all took a nap and we got up today morning. Okay. So when we took a nap, our entire body looks to be very still, very calm, but our heart will never stop beating. Am I correct? Your heart maintains to have that rhythmic vibration. It is trying to pumping the life through this total silent body, which our heart was actually being. Sorry. In terms of this, so what is about a meditating mind then? This meditating mind is also truly an empty, according to me, or something to be subtle. Sometimes this could be a very much structured, happening beneath whatever the surface which has been there. So this paradox is nothing but the foundation of my today's talk, which I'm talking to you people right now today. Let me have you people with one central question over here, because we are trying to explore three questions out of this talk today. Let's all sit that and see the interaction of what we see with respect to science, the engineering, and the consciousness. Because today we are translating that spiritual curiosity into a kind of measurable engineering metric we will basically try to see. We will try to analyze, we'll try to measure it, and most importantly, let's try to engineer it. Because as an engineer and as a scientist, these questions should be very familiar to us. Are there any mystical questions which has been behind this kind of stillness or the mind meditation as such? Never. Let's see what is the signal processing questions are. At what frequency of a calm mind which we try to see, and how do we try to measure the shift from a noise to an exactly a signal is our topic which we wanted to entertain in today's hour. So let's see how this particular music as a restorative resonance, which we try to see. Whether you try to take up with a Hindustani music or a Carnatic vocal music, your body is totally working on the rhythms, which is going to stabilize your heartbeat, the breathing, and this is definitely supporting your energy balance across the seven main chakras, which is actually been there in our human bodies. So all our activities, which is basically connected with those set of the chakras, where your human psychology is one which expresses the multiple frequencies, multiple rhythms are there. The sound, the music is one which is really trying to resonate some kind of a responses that is going to influence or your heartbeat, your breathing, your blood chemistry, what you have, and the circulation of the different energetic centers, that is nothing but your chakras. Now, in order to see the musical representation, we will have this kind of different melodic phrases which is being there, whether it is beat in Hindustani music or a Carnatic style. We will try to analyze the different phrase level, and this phrase level has a different resonance. This resonance is 100% having some kind of therapeutic effect, and that is nothing but to be called as a healing. We are trying to relax the music, helps us to store the resonance around us, what is there within our body. We will try to promote our relaxation. We will have some hands-on session right now during this half an hour of a journey where our human body is. I'll show you in practical how it get resonates with the consonants with the music, and also with respect to our speech what we have, and how the stabilization of the circulation of an energy which is being seen across the chakras and supporting overall homeostasis. Let's see with the journey. So, talking with respect to a kind of our journey roadmap, what we see, it's a 6-step exploration of the engineer meditativeness. Let's first look at our brain. Our human brain is a best signal generator. Okay, so let's try to explore the frequency band consciousness, because the sound is one which is going to guide the brain into the stillness through the entrainment, what we try to see. We will try to examine ourselves with wonderful real case studies as such. We'll see some ancient ragas to all your somatic kind of drumming as well. We will look at the modern technology, how it is having a close loop between our brain and also with our sound. We will try to see some kind of return with some kind of silence. So there is no equations today. Please keep it in your mind. This is totally on terms of the intuitions, what we basically try to analyze over here. How our electric brain is, the signal analysis is, what is this physics of the entrainment we try to see, the Indian classical music, the raga connection, and the clinical evidence which we wanted to take it up over here. Talking about our human brain, this is a wonderful gift which is being given to us from the God, because our brain is containing approximately around 86 billion neurons, where each and every neuron which is being there is a tiny biological kind of a battery. It just tries to fire electrically about, if I can tell you, 5 to 50 times per second, it is going to try to electrically fire to each other. So one neuron alone is very much insignificant, what it is basically been doing. But let's imagine there are millions of neurons which are all firing together. Their activities are all getting add up. The collective electrical activity, what is actually being seen, it is basically becoming as a symphony which is reflecting on our internal state in our real time. Let's imagine all these electrical activities is so strong enough, but it has been measured from the outside skull, and that is what is nothing but your EEG, what you basically try to see. So this is the one which is going to record your electrical conversation, what your brain has actually been having. We will try to analyze this, what is this EEG. It's more remarkable as such, because your EEG signals is an incredibly small, I can tell you, it's something around microvolts, a millionth of a volt, which is actually being seen. Even a single eye blink is also being recorded over there, or a small jaw movement, or small 50 hertz hum which comes out from our mouth is also being recorded over there. All those thousands and thousands of the times stronger than whatever the brain signal is actually being there. So our engineering perspective view meditation, perhaps a more familiar challenge what we basically have over here. So what we try to do over here is to extract a meaningful signal, and from a overwhelming kind of a noise what we try to have. Let me have a powerful metaphor over here, because Meditation is not about eliminating all your thoughts, what is coming out from your brain, but I can clearly tell you it is about improving your signal to noise ratio, what is there in our mind. I have to eliminate my noise. How do I improve my signal over there? So meditation is one just improves to you the signal to noise ratio of your mind. That's all. Now, quickly, because I want to see how this brain frequency bands are actually been working, because brain does not generate a random noise. It is going to generate a perfect organized frequency bands itself, whether it comes in the delta, theta, alpha, beta, and gamma. So each and every band is actually being associated with a different state, whether it could be a delta with a healing, a theta with deep meditation, what you try to go. When we try to record your EEG signals, we would be able to see the frequencies coming around from 4 to 8 hertz. The relaxed wakefulness, which you people did just few minutes ago, it's something like to see in the alpha state of the frequencies. You're trying to think, active thinking you're trying to do, or you're trying to take too much amount of the stress as such. That is something in terms of the beta band, where the frequency lies behind 13 to 30 hertz, where the peak concentration, if you're trying to do when you try to study or something, that is in terms of the gamma. So it is totally on us to activate which band. If we are able to do that, we would be able to fall into any of our associated states. So this reforming meditation, it's a redistribution of your perfect neural energy, what we wanted to take it up. So it's just from an excessive beta energy towards your alpha and the theta, what we try to seek. So what is our human brain then? So human brain is a perfect filter bank. You cannot destroy your beta waves. You can stop letting them dominate. That's all. If you try to increase one, the other one will try to suppress. There are multiple frequency filters which is actually operating in parallel. Different mental states you people will be there. You will be finding like on your face, it looks like you're very much happy, but behind there will be many much kind of stress which would be there. So your alpha and the theta will try to boost when we are trying to amplify the frequencies which is being associated with respect to the calm or your insights and the internal reflection as such. Whereas if you try to suppress your beta, wherein it's a constant busy signals of the survival mode and the high stress computation, what we try to see. Meditation, not to destroy the beta. I repeat it. So meditation, it simply stops the beta from dominating the spectrum. That's all. Now, why this sound has actually been working? Where has this sound been working? When you can see, how do you influence this frequency states? There are many inputs which will try to affect your brain. If you just turn on your light at the room, the light is actually reflecting in your brain. You touch something which is very hot or very cool, so that reflects on your brain. You smell something, that is also reflecting on your brain. But imagine the sound is very, very, very unique. Why? The reason is very simple, I can tell you. You cannot keep your ears to be very close. You can never close your ears. Even during your sleep also, you can assume entire body is actually been resting. The auditory system remains very much active. That's why when you hear an alarm, you wake up immediately. Or somebody calls you on an emergency at the midnight, you get up immediately. That is voluntary. I can tell you that this has been made of a sense. Hearing to a danger in a dark is an essential for your survival, which has been there. Where I can tell you, the auditory path is the only sensory channel that will never put you fully sleep. The sound is one which bypasses the conscious mind and it will try to influence your thalamus directly. So it's a hardwired rhythm response which we are trying to influence on our brain state as such. So sound is doesn't argue with respect to your mind. They all work together as such. So what is this principle of this entrainment then? A Dutch scientist was being observed in the year of 1605 itself. He has actually been observed. If you can see, try to take two pendulum clocks, which is hanging on the same wall. No matter how he started them, would eventually try to synchronize continuously. That's how our human brain is also been working. Nowadays, we have many number of different instruments which has come to make us to sleep, where they try to keep a two different non-synchronization frequencies of a signal, which we try to hear from our left and from our right earpods or something. So that eventually makes us to sleep. Our brain's rhythmic activity can lock into it. There is a synchronized kind of a flow which we try to see. It's something like achieving a state where an internal oscillator matches the external driver as such. So the tendency of an oscillation is something like I will try to come to synchronize to a shared kind of a rhythm as such. So that's what I mentioned to you people. Your brain has a biological kind of an oscillator. Brain does not just resist a rhythm, but it will try to follow that kind of a rhythm. Since many of you are not from the engineering background, I would just go on a rough note on this. So it's basically a frequency following kind of a response where your brain tendency is to mimic your external beats, what has actually been coming. It's something a neural kind of networks which are biologically, I can tell you, it has been optimized to adopt the organized external patterns what we try to see. It's not a belief, it's not an imagination. 100% this is a physics. It's what we try to see over here. So if it is a physics kind of a technology, or in terms of an engineering analogy, if I want to put this, it's basically in terms of a communication system where we have a weak external signals that can lock a strong oscillation. So this is what I can tell you as an injection locking. This is how a phase locked loop actually works. It's the same principle which applies over here, where we try to see an external rhythmic sound which acts as an injection signal, where there are huge amount of neural oscillations which is trying to lock onto it. That is something like the brain is your biological phased locked loop. I don't want to go in detail, but we have an error correction which has been there in our human brain where it will work on a neural firing patterns which will try to adjust to minimize the phase difference. That's a beauty which are and a gift which is being given by our God to all one of us. So this is actually two primary mechanism which has been there where we are trying to compare the binaural beats and the isochronic kind of tunes. We will try to hear both. So they're having a different frequencies in which each ear is going to create a panthemic third frequency. This third frequency itself will make our brains to little bit kind of calmness which is being brought, and also we will try to see how we try to dive into the sleep during the night as such. So this isochronic kind of a tones is something like a single tone that has been pulsed directly at the targeted frequencies. It both works and also it works as a tools. What ultimately we want is the focus is on the difference frequencies, that difference frequencies that guides the brain states as such. Okay, so talking with respect to the music as such, all beings and the planets, they're all connected through the musical vibrations. I'll give you a very simple note over here. Our human body is actually been constructed by almost 72,000 astral nerves. That is something to be called as the nadis. And we are all connected with 7 chakras. That is something to be called as a nervous plexus that will try to vibrate rhythmically. Every small imbalance what has been happened on a chakra rhythm is being identified as a root cause for a kind of a disease. The beauty of our Indian Carnatic music, what we have is these musical notes, what has been there. There are appropriate ragas that can try to restore your rhythmic balance, and it will give you a very supportive health as such. You try to listen, you try to perform, or you try to play some kind of a ragas that will act as a form of a external medicine to you. You don't need to consume anything, but it is by himself which basically makes you to analyze with this. Those raga structure is influencing on our human brain rhythms and the emotional stress what has actually been taken out. Now, how is this being taken into considerations? if you can see, this ragas are being prescribed for a definite time of a day, whether it's daytime, nighttime, to maximize your expression beauty, what has been actually been there. There are few ragas which has been performed in the morning, the few ragas performed in evening, and some at the midnight as well. As we all know, there are around 72 Melakarta ragas. We all agree with that. So that is from the different Janya ragas, which has actually been derived. So this Janya ragas are being derived from form that has actually been created from this Melakartara framework. The beauty over here is 72 Melakarta ragas and 72 ragas, they are being influencing on 72,000 astral nerves in our human body. Excellent connection which has actually been there with this parent ragas or Melakarta ragas with our human astral nerves, 72,000 astral nerves. So the time-based raga practice will definitely give you a melodic kind of a character to the emotional and the psychological kind of a response. So how this we are trying to claim a neural effort being defined within Indian raga uniqueness, what has actually been taken into consideration. So our human body is music of the body resonance, what we try to see, where both body will try to function like a musical instrument itself. Multiple rhythms are being played, and the music and the sound prompt, which is actually being taken up by a body to resonate to this external stimulus as such, which is being seen, taken into consideration. Now, I will basically try to analyze and basically give you a kind of analogy such that, as I mentioned to you people, our human body is having a 7 different chakras. So these 7 different chakras, before getting into this guided demonstration, we will try to see how the 7 different chakras are actually being connected with the music system. Let's start with our Sa. That Sa is the root of the cosmos. Sa is nothing but the Shadja that is drawing the earth's energy into our Mooladhara, that is the root, and it will try to travel up to the spinal Thara, Sa, that is the next Sapthak, which we try to represent the energy of the cosmos. After Sa, which comes is your Rishabha. That is Sari. When you basically listen to this Re, that Re connects back to the Swadhisthana chakra. From the Swadhisthana chakra, we will try to connect to the Ga. That is Gandhara. Sari Ga. That is connecting back to your Manipura chakra. From the Ga to the Ma, which is connected back to the Anahata chakra, that is your heart chakra. Any ragas which is having a prominence with these set of the swaras, which is going to give you a kind of a healing to these connected chakras. From Ma to Pa, that is Panchama, it is going to connect back to the Vishuddha, that is your throat chakra, what we try to see it. From the Pa to the, that is Daivata. So that is basically connecting back to your Agna chakra. From the to Ni, that Ni connects back to the Sahasrara or the crown chakra. Sare ga ma pa da ni sa ni da ba ma ga re za. This one Saptaswara can energize the entire 7 chakras what we have in our human body. That's the beauty what we try to see over here with respect to our uh, human brain, which has actually been responding. So coming up with one small activity, we'll try to have a guided live demonstration where you just listen to just fraction of a second in this kind of an activity where you will be seeing how this relaxation is actually being given. This is actually a 5 hertz isochronic kind of a tune where it is right to the theta range. Don't try to meditate. We have just try to observe. Just try to observe over here. When you try to listen to this music, your body feels heavier. That's okay. But your mind jumps very, very less. There is not any placebo effects over here. What we try to see is nothing but your frequency that is following this response. That's it. If you can try to take with the Om mantra.
It's not audible. Okay, just on
Oh,
the.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, sir. So what with that music, what we basically try to listen is the feel of the mental stillness or the reduced inner chanter, what we try to see. And we try to see the sense of the physical lightness or the deep relaxation, what we basically try to take it up over here. Likewise, we can try to go with multiple other different types of the musics as such. One such example which I can tell you, give you is about the Raga Darbari, the king of all the ragas, and its profound meditative kind of a structure what has actually been taken into consideration. So is this audible?
No. Maybe in the sharing, we need to enable sound. Yeah. Fine. It's audible.
Okay. So this was just actually been composed by Tansen and it was being sung by our Bhimsen Joshi sir. So for the court of the Empire Akbar, Tansen has actually introduced this Darbari Raga, where usually this has been designed at the late night performance for the deep introspections. So it's a kind where we try to increase our beta waves for our constant aspects, which we try to see. It's a very low frequency energy where a low amplitude modulation, which has actually been taken over here, around 0.1 to zero point 0.5 hertz, which has been seen. The hidden inside the music is the delta theta entrainment signal. The stillness has been encountered in actually been uncovered in this particular sound as such, which we try to see. In the same way, we have the Dharbari. In the Dharbari raga, where it's a high dominance, which we try to see again with respect to the alpha and the theta power and the listener's EEG when we try to record. The characteristics is found in the natural systems itself, and we try to take it up in this particular case. So this is about the Bhairavi Raga, very my most favorite raga, which has been there. Most evening being sung at the morning raga, designed to align with our rising sun. This is actually promotes a state of clear alertness without high frequency stress. That's a perfect raga which has actually been taken into consideration. So different raga, different time and connections, which I've mentioned over here. That's all. This is one of the clinical evidence based on which I was working on my research work, where we can see the clinical evidence, the quantifiable metrics based on the sound-based meditation success which was being seen. The cortisol reduction was being observed up to 31%. The anxiety score improvement was being seen by 2.1 as such, which was being seen. The second clinical evidence, which are heart rate variability reactivity, that's a percentage increase in the reflective improved autonomic flexibility and the stress response. About 15% was the betterment which we had seen. And the sustained attention span improvement up to around 18%. Your cognitive task performance over time is actually being observed over there. Out of all these things, there are four interrogative mechanisms. That is the neural synchronization, how to align your brain waves through the auditory, the cognitive clarity, that is reducing your mental noise and improving your signal focus, the hormonal tuning, that is to regulate your cortisols and the oxytocin production, what has to bring in ourselves so that our brain will try to focus. And the autonomic balance, what we try to see, it is purely with respect to shifting from the sympathetic to parasympathetic. So your ancient versus your modern perspective view, I've brought you people a bridge between the hypothesis and the validation. Our goal was to see the internal stillness, the alpha theta dominance. What is the tool which we used is nothing but your ragas or the mantras what we try to listen in the morning. Okay, so the effect is the spiritual peace, the autonomic balance, what we try to see, and the cortisol drop, what we try to see. This is our modern perspective views. So, at last, what I would try to give you is the signal in the silence. This is where silence is not the absence of the noise, but the presence of a more coherent and a structured kind of a signal. That is nothing but your silence. So, what was a takeaway, key takeaway from today's talk, where how our brain will try to function as an electrical system and that can be tuned like an instrument. Our body is a perfect instrument. How we try to tune our body will try to respond in that way. So, the altering any neural rhythms will try to change the cognitive and also with respect to our mood. So you have dedicated ragas and the time-specific musical kind of structures that will actually act as a signal processing filter. It's a perfect God gift filter that is shaping the attention and the emotional responses across any circadian kind of phases what we try to see. So the future of this closed loop is nothing but to have an AI personalized kind of a meditative feedback. And how do we try to adapt stimuli in our real time to optimize the individual neural stresses? So what I want to ask, which I asked you people, begin with a question. What is a signal of stillness? Now we know stillness is not an empty. It is a very rich, structured, measurable, where the meditator has found it invariably. I can tell you, we have found it with an EEG and multiple Fourier transforms, which has been applied. The same destination, but different paths, which has actually been taken. So now a question to all, what signal you found it? The next is we have to sit in silence and try to see close to us the reflective moment before we close this particular session. Did we find any signal out of this? 100% yes. I hope, believe. So thank you for listening, not just with your ears, but with your awareness. I'm very much happy to take any questions from your side. Any questions?
Yes, Dhanaji, please unmute yourself.
Yeah. Hi. Hi,
Hi,
Rohit.
sir. Hi, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing this beautiful presentation.
Thank you very much, sir.
I have a question now.
Yes, sir.
So, according to the musical tones you have explained, right? Sari,
Yes.
Gama, Ni. So,
Yes.
how the feelings arises? Because we don't understand any tone, but
Mm-hmm.
feelings will go to a peak level. Is it
Correct.
is it mind trying to understand the tone, or it is happening naturally according to the tone? So, what is the relation to the feelings according to the tones?
Perfect. Perfect question, sir. Sir, a simple question. I'll try to take it up. Let's assume I have a hot water glass in front of me. Okay. So I'll try to touch that particular glass. So when I touch that particular glass, I immediately try to take out my hand. Correct? That's basically our body stimulus or the nervous system which is being connected. So it basically sends a signal. I touch that particular glass, I remove my hand, it immediately goes touch to our brain. So the brain gives me an activation telling me that yes, you have to remove your hand and go further. Likewise, this kind of a music is also in the same way, because this is perfectly being connected with all the different seven chakras inside our bodies. Our 72 astric nerves, which I basically mentioned to you, these 72,000 astric nerves are connected to the seven chakras inside our bodies. So these seven chakras, it's actually being activated. So this complete seven chakras is getting activated based on the music what we try to listen. The seven swaras what you mentioned, that is sa, ri, ga, ma, pa, da, ni. The every raga, when you basically try to listen, it is having a kind of a prominence given to each and every swaras. There are few ragas which is having a prominence with particular set of the swaras. So these swaras will activate these nerval plexus. So this nervous plexus will in turn activate your human body. That's a simple way which I can answer to your question, sir.
Okay, okay.
So let's assume like the kind of issues or the problems what we basically try to have. So we will basically try to listen to a particular kind of a music, listen to a music, that particular raga, that raga is going to heal a kind of a music. Okay, so which I have actually worked with respect to some kind of basically on the autism students which I have worked. So these autism students which I have seen the stress level of an autism student as such is very, very, very huge. The stress level to bring out the particular stress level of a particular autism students, I made them to listen to the Bhairavi Raga. So in that we have two different types of Nishada Swaras. Those two Nishada Swaras, when Arohana and Avarohana, the difference had actually made them to bring down to a calmness level. The stress level was actually being reduced. This was an evidence which I basically worked on it, sir.
And then our body creates memory also, right? So
Yes,
it
100%. Definitely, sir. You do whatever the work, you have the stress. When you try to listen to a music for a fraction of a second, automatically our body gets tuned to it. The early morning chirping sound of a bird itself will make us to get rhythmic action, and nobody will basically find it bored listening to a bird's chirping sound or something. So we all enjoy listening to that bird's chirping sound. That's a very perfect rhythmic activity which has been having to our human body.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dhananji. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Geeta ma'am and sir.
Namaste, Master.
Namaste.
Master, I'll club two, three things in this. Basically, I'm a electronics and drive engineer and power engineer, so I have understood a little more. It was so fantastic as an
Thank you.
engineer, as a meditator.
Thank
So
you.
first thing is when the master, master who was singing, that was so nice experience today that for 1 hour, this is the first time that I never had for 1 hour any distraction or any negativity. It's a calmness in my mind. This is first for respect for that master who she was this thing. She was singing. And for you, because as a drive engineer, two things are there. Today I felt it. I should have a more strong memory and a little more intelligence also to understand such a deep subject. As an electronics engineer, I remember two things now. One is that random access memory, it is called. That is any information, it is in a computer also.
Exactly.
It doesn't goes in a sequence. It picks up and fix somewhere this thing. So this point you touch. Another is that natural frequency. Natural frequency, it comes, then it vibrates, doesn't needs any power. So
Correct.
in a meditation, I mean, with linking with the meditation, you please explain these two parts. And third thing is, I want because all my colleagues are engineering background and they are spread out throughout the world, including some of the people in psychology. If this comes in our what you call recorded message, I think I'll be very much happy to forward to other people because it is such a new thing. It is not traditional way.
Correct.
So those two things you first please explain.
Okay, sir. You wanted to know how the meditation with frequency adjusts, you wanted, correct?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
perfect. So the perfect thing which I can give you is meditation with frequency is actually specific to sound vibrations, sir. Basically, how you try to guide the brain into your kind of a desirable, where a desired mental and the emotional states, what is actually being taken. Okay, so what we try to see is here is the synchronization of the brain waves. This process itself is actually being called as what I mentioned over there is nothing but your entrainment. So the entrainment process, it's which I basically mentioned. How to guide your brain into a kind of a desired kind of a mental and the emotional states. How it has actually been working is our human brains are naturally operated. You agree with that, sir? They are not being
Yeah.
basically being given over. So they are all being naturally operated in that operation is nothing but an electrical rhythms. That electrical rhythms is nothing but your brain waves. The external frequencies is what is all your music, what you try to listen, the tones, the beats, the music, the different things. So that is actually gently pulling your brain into the same rhythm. That's a gift from a God which is actually being given. So you try to make this meditation more easier, more deeper, and also more faster, especially when you are as a beginner, as such, what we try to see. Now you basically asked me about the frequencies. So the delta frequency is something like if the frequency which we try to listen to those music, if it is between that 0.5 and 4, which I mentioned to you, without knowingly, you'll get down into a deep sleep, sir. That's why many of our ragas have been heard at the late night, early morning, and different ways. So that 0.5 to 4 hertz will make you to put into your deep sleep or physical healing, physical healing which gives, and unconscious kind of a repair which has actually been done in our human body itself. And especially when you take with respect to the theta waves, that is between that 4 to 8, that is the next wave. So that 4 to 8 is 100% deep meditation you can try to go. Any waves, any ragas which is connected with respect to the theta, it is actually giving a creativity to a user. That is, emotional release is actually being taken out over there. Once the emotional release is being taken out, you can 100% come out to your deep meditation. It's 100% intuition itself, but fine. It is proven. It's actually been proven. Now let me take with the alpha. Alpha is between 8 to 13 hertz, quite difficult. So this alpha 100% relaxation, where stress relaxation, the stress reduction is actually being done over here, and you would be able to see the calm focus with respect to your case. That's most common what we wanted in all our meditation. But memory is not at all required over here, sir. Our human brain is so fantastic enough to know age is not a matter. We all agree with that. Our memory is not being required. Let's tune to whatever we try to get at that moment of time. Let's enjoy it. Let's go further. That's where we try to see our beta-ness, because the beta frequency is between 13 to 30 hertz, where it gives you the alertness into our human body. The alertness, what we try to take it up. I want to improve my concentration. That is the light meditation, what we try to see, not the deep meditation, the light meditation. I want to go with a concentration, the thinking power I have to improve out of it. So it doesn't mean as we grow elder itself, the immune system is not being getting weakened. No, I don't want to tell that. The aged people or the senior people itself have the best way of analyzing a concept. They are the best way to basically give us the right solution to any complex problems as such. How is this? Because their beta waves have been actually been worked very well. It has really come out very, very, very well. So that's the reason, because their thinking ability is more, their concentration is more, their alertness is more rather than we, because we are all being distracted very easily. As kind of one phone rhythms next to us, so our mind gets focused over there. And the present generation, which I can basically tell you is, we are all not ready to focus for a longer duration of our time. I think everybody would watch the reels in our mobiles or something, which does not concentrate more than 30 seconds, where it is very difficult to bring down to that particular frequency as such. So the gamma is the last kind of a frequency which I can tell you. It is basically from 30 to 100 hertz, where higher cognition is actually being observed and the compassion which is actually being seen. This is where the peak awareness is actually being obtained. That is the advanced meditators and all those things we basically try to follow over here. So this is how I can basically bring you with respect to all the frequencies, how it is being there. And what is the activity what we try to use? That's what I mentioned over there with respect to some slightly different types of tones what we try to hear from our earpods. We don't basically try to get the same frequencies in both the ears when we try to listen through our microphones or hands-frees. There will be a slight difference. Slight difference will always be there, sir, from one ear to the another ear. That's where the third frequency actually generates, where it makes our brain to focus on anything. We observe many of the people listening to the music always, They want to hear, or they want to try to get tuned to that third frequency, what has actually been generated. And that is being generated between the difference between those two set of the frequencies. So here is something like which I basically mentioned with respect to the binaural beats and also the isochronic kind of a tones, which I basically mentioned. Very effective with respect to both chanting a mantra, listening to a music, both will give a rhythm to our human body. So reducing your mental effort is what I would basically give you, sir. That's all, nothing else. Hope I answered your question, sir.
Thank you very much. Excellent, sir. Excellent. I want Master Chandu also to invite you once again, and we would like to listen to you. And if recorded message is there, I think it will benefit other people who are not able to join today.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, this will be put it in a Primitive Music Meditation Academy channel, sir, PMMA channel. So it will be put it into that channel, and I'll post it in a. And definitely we will call very frequently, Mr. Rohitji.
Sure, sir. Anytime,
For
anytime, I will.
yes, yes, Geeta.
Let's try to share as much knowledge.
See
Yes,
one
ma'am.
switch to.
Amazing knowledge you have, and amazing research you have done through the music. Very nice to hear, sir. Thank you so much. Very
Thank you.
knowledgeable information you shared
Thank
with
you.
all of
Thank you so
us.
much, madam. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And like,
Geeta, madam wants to speak.
Please, madam, please, please.
thank you so much for this scientific knowledge, elaborate scientific knowledge about ragas and vibrations. Actually, I am very good listener of different type of music, but I have no knowledge of this all. But I enjoy the music. Even binaural beats also, I sometimes meditate with them. I just
Okay.
listen, whichever suits me, I meditate with them, especially in the night.
Great, 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 sir.
And I think when we meditate with different music instruments and with loud music, after some time we go deep into meditation. This is the reason, what scientific reasons you have given, I think.
Sure.
Especially
Thank
last
you.
time, Buddha Purnima, it was very loud and different instruments. But after some time, we went very deep into meditation.
Okay.
This is the reason, scientific reason, I think.
Scientific reason. That's all.
Yes. And sometimes in meditation, I listen voices, sounds, sometimes from left ear, sometimes from right. This is the same reason for that, what you have explained.
The
Any
reason, is one is that is one, and the second thing which I wanted to, before I forget, I just wanted to mention everybody. When we are in the meditation, there are many instances which we may have observed. We will go to a deep sleep without knowingly or unknowingly. We may try to feel asleep. We may completely sleep in that particular duration of our time, or some 20 minutes or 30 minutes as such. Without knowingly, our human brain would have been slept. But nothing to worry about it, because as I mentioned in my slide, our human ears will always be very active. So it will be continuously listening to those kind of rhythms. From our left ear and the right ear, it will be continuously listening to that particular vibrations of the music or the guided meditation from any of the person or whatever it is. So this is basically bringing out kind of a rhythmic pattern inside our human body. This rhythmic pattern will help us to come down from that particular healing power. That healing power is always been intuited into us. That's a specialty what we have. So as you mentioned about the difference of the frequencies, this difference of the frequencies, it's a God gift, madam. It's a complete God gift what we have in our human body. If it was the same kind of frequencies, if we are listening, probably we will not be in a position to stay at one particular place. Our body brain will not be able to be balanced in a perfectly. So that's the God's gift which was actually being given to us, and we are trying to go further out of it. It's a very, very, very minute difference what we've been there. It's not a huge difference which is being seen. When you try to hear to a huge sound or a horn from a vehicle as such, we try to not close one ear, we try to close both the ears. So we try to close both the ears. That's a specialty what we basically have. When we are talking through the phone, we try to talk through one ear. And if you're not able to hear to a particular voice, even if you put it to a loudspeaker and speak, we try to put our heads in this particular way. We try to listen from one so that we're able to focus in a perfect way. That's all. That's a basic idea behind this.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, Iqbalji.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Please, sir.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Chandu Master and Rohit ji. I am Iqbal from Hyderabad.
Yes, sir. Please.
I have to really grateful to Chandu who are giving the convenient times for the everybody. So even Sundays or late nights and all. Rohit ji, I should appreciate you that without quantifying anything, we cannot proceed. For reduction or increasing or developing that, we should have benchmark. Benchmark means
Correct.
we should have a measuring method that where we stay there, how to improve, where we are staying after some time. Can you please tell us whether we ourselves can evaluate where we stand, and when we practice, how to evaluate ourselves, where we are reaching 10%, 15%, like that?
This is quite a challenging question, sir. But the reason is our human brains, of course, it listens to us and it works for based on this. There is a benchmark for every of an activity. The problem behind this is a human brain is something like it is not only working with one sense organ. Our human brain is actually working with
Yeah.
5 different sense organs, sir. So that's the basic idea behind where we find it difficulty in trying to analyze this. The reason behind it is, let's assume just a simple as a intuition which I basically try to give you. I'm listening to a very calm, soothing kind of a music. Okay, what in case
Yeah.
in front of me a dog or something which tries to bark like anything and try to come and approach towards me? My mental status will not be in the same way. Of course, I might have sat for the
Yes.
meditation for 1 hour, 2 hours, or whatever it might be. But all of a sudden, a
Yeah.
small change which has been happened in our rhythmic activity in our human body may not come to a conclusion.
Yeah.
Now, coming back to your
Yeah.
question as such, so the setting a benchmark is not, it's still under research work, sir. It is still under working itself. We are not able to put a benchmark to any of an activity. We are having a benchmark with respect to these frequencies. That is what I basically mentioned into our human brain.
I just want to reinstate my question. Benchmark means where I am staying today. What is my status, my mental status?
Okay.
And after practicing, where I am improving. Not the
Okay.
benchmark. That's what is my
Okay.
status today. And after practicing this, where I am going to reach. Maybe 10%, 15%. Like what you
That
said
we have to
now.
record
So
a EEG signal and we have to check, sir. That's all.
that we can do it. So today we can do EEG signal, and after practicing some days we can do that. We can say that change that. Like
Yes, 100%, sir. We have those instruments to actually come out with that analysis. We can basically try to see with this analysis during the music therapy, before to the music therapy, during the music therapy, and post to the music therapy. You can observe the 5 different wave structure, how it basically resonate and how it basically analyze, sir. We have those instruments to record that, sir.
okay, thank you. Final question to you.
Yes, sir, please.
Each person's stress levels will be different compared to one another. So do you recommend the same ragas, that means Raj Darbar or something, Bhairava, for all
Bhairavi.
same or individually different ragas which will help for the individual stresses?
No, sir. Ragas, because any person, you can have crores of the people, but all crores of people are having the same 7 chakras itself. Those 7
Yeah.
chakras are connected to 72,000 astric nerves itself. Okay.
Yes.
It may take little bit more time for a person to get tuned to it. Probably it may take less time for a particular person to intune to it, sir. So on giving an importance to swaras, those swaras connected to those chakras will give you that kind of a rhythmic activity. That's all, sir. Nothing else. It basically we go to a doctor. When we go to a doctor prescribes us some kind of a medicines. For few people taking
Yeah.
Dolo 650 one day itself, they may get cured. For few people, fever gets cured for 3 days. It depends on how our
Yeah.
metabolism, which is actually being practiced inside our body. And for few people, without taking medicine itself for 2 days, their temperature level, the fever level, or something which may get reduced. So it's connected to in that
Yeah.
aspect. So that's it, nothing else.
Thank you. Thanks
Thank
for
you, sir.
enlightening us. Thank you, Mr. Chan.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Yes. So finally, we'd like to listen from today's our music master Lakshmi Srinivasji. Because you both us, you made very lively the whole session of today. Yeah, Lakshmi Srinivasji, can you please unmute yourself? I think you cannot connect her. Yes, no problem. So thank you, Rohitji. It was
Thank you.
really enlightening morning today.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
The live music and the significance of the music in our day-to-day activities. So we listen a lot of sounds. Our day starts from sound and ends with sound.
Correct,
It
correct.
can be anything. So how it
Exactly.
will be impacted completely our the brain waves, and you have scientifically deeply explained and in a very simplified manner. And as the request from the audience as well. So keep coming, and
Definitely, sir. Anytime. You just let me know in advance so that I would be able to plan and give as much as possible the information to all my members. That's all, sir. Thank you.
thank you. So finally, your message to all the participants, sir.
Please learn music. Music is the ultimate goal, which has actually been there. If not, you are able to learn a music, let's listen to the music. Let's you please practice any of the work. You continue with any of the work. You're doing cooking, you're doing any other works. But this is going to really help us in a best way as such. That is a meditative way, the special meditative aspect which I can basically give you. And especially I have to thank Chandu sir because bringing a music to a meditation is a unique aspect which I've actually seen. Bring this music itself has brought in many of them have practicing the meditation during their meditation. They've tried to bring in one or two music clips or something. But how about having this entire meditation with respect to the music itself is a very fantastic aspect. Thank you very much for the opportunity. And any other questions or anything as such, please do let me know. I had actually shared my number as well with Chandu sir. You can please contact or into my email ID or whatever it is. I'm happy to take it up with us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So my dear friends, so let us meet again the next weekend, Saturday and Sunday, with more music, more talks on music and meditation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.